Search Engine Journal at the Search Metrics event in San Francisco with Warren Lee. Warren, what were you talking about today?
Today I was asked to speak about the sexiness of search. And I was basically talking about the nuts and bolts of it were that the future of SEO, in my opinion, is around personalization. And I just think that right now, search is doing a pretty bad job of it, or people are taking a pretty bad job, doing a pretty bad job of taking advantage of how search can be personalized in sort of a strategic way. Talked a little bit about Hummingbird and how it's sort of this big game changer, but a lot of people aren't really sort of doing anything about it, and it really is a game changer. 90% of queries were affected by it. So
in your opinion, some key takeaways, what exactly should people be doing about search personalization and Hummingbird?
Search personalization and Hummingbird. So, for example, I think this is an industry problem. So, for example, one of the things about Hummingbird was you've got algorithmically, the search engines are looking at your session history and impacting your results. So, I talked about if somebody does a search for computer and somebody in a local area is going to get one result. If you've got the Hummingbird changes, if you had a previous search for hardware reviews and then you do computer, you also get different results. And so no tracking tool can actually show you what they don't look at session history. So all of your rankings, and people do have session histories. People do search locally. Yeah. So the tools are right now not able to do some of the amazing things that the technology and display and email and social that are really, when you look at Facebook, for example, and LinkedIn, they're doing really well because they're able to figure out who the users are. Mm-hmm. But Google hasn't. They're kind of late to the game. They've got Google Plus. Yeah. There's 50. Sempo just did a study. 50% of marketers think that Google Plus isn't doing anything for them. And I think. I think that we as marketers, especially as search marketers, can do a lot with personalization and with search. But my whole presentation was, a lot of, especially at C-level, they believe they don't really care much about SEO at the end of the day. But some of these other marketing strategies that are starting to come out around display, remarketing, email, paid social, where they were starting to do paid search as well, are starting to do more on the personalized side. We can also inform, so search marketers can inform those strategies, because the one thing that search has that a lot of these other marketing vehicles don't have is intent. So you can take all of that intent data and use that to inform, your email campaigns and, your display campaigns. And so, pretty much just going through the marketing mix and how all of the marketing channels need to work together in order to be more targeting and to improve your return on ad spend and improve your CPAs and that sort of thing with search in mind first.
That's pretty much an advert for tools like Marketo. It sounds like.
It's a good question. It's a good point. I don't think that great company, but I think that I don't really want to pitch any tools right now. But there's the technology is out there.
Fully integrating the mix, understanding the search, and then reconnecting that with the drip campaign for the rest of the advertising.
Yeah, there isn't one tool that I found that's kind of doing what we need to do. I think you've got to kind of combine a lot of tools together. But when you do that effectively and you get that right mix of, I talked about high CPC keywords, whether or not you should be using SEO. If you've already ranking for SEO, then maybe you don't pay for those. And what circumstances do you do or do you not pay for those? And then,
what's your advice on that?
Well, so I've done a lot of different studies on that, and at the end of the day, if you've got branded keywords, and it's going to depend on your vertical and your business model, but from more often than not, the branded keywords, there is actually a 1 + 1 = 3 effect, so it's good to sort of double down. But with your non-branded keywords, you want to potentially let your SEO handle that, and if you don't have SEO, then things start to get really interesting. So do you try to force your SEO keywords to go for these expensive non-branded keywords like everybody used to talk about?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's really the strategy anymore. I think the strategy is use tools, really good tools that tell you who's ranking for those non-branded keywords, and start to do. You want to start to do maybe biz dev deals, display deals, try to get the email information. So you want to capture them once they've clicked on the other sites that are ranking for non-brand, and then do your upper funnel marketing tactics based off of working with your other marketing channels.
Maybe even cross-site retargeting.
Oh yeah,
other tools coming out.
Yeah, there's some amazing technology around. If you can get their email address, you can then tie that to their social media information, and then now these people that are upper funnel, they're very high CPCs. You're able to target them in paid social and build custom audiences. And so I think that's where the future of SEO personalization, it means bringing together all of the marketing vehicles that do personalization and helping them out by giving them that sort of intent view on everything.
Very interesting. If people want to find out more information and connect with you, how do they do that?
So I post blog posts on warrenlee.org, and pretty much everything I'm doing is there. So,
Warren, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for you.
Warren Newlands with Search Engine Journal. I'll see you next time.